Let's get to the game in Cincinnati. This was a huge conversation for much of the day Saturday, and it's gotten knocked off of a lot of Twitter exchanges because of what happened in Dallas. But the whistle being blown as Joe Burrow let loose with a touchdown pass because I guess the official thought that Burrow was out of bounds. The whistle clearly sounded before the ball hit Taj Boyd's hands in the end zone. What is your opinion of that sequence from that game?
Well, my opinion is that I'm really pretty disappointed and actually very concerned. And I did express those sentiments to the league because basically what they attempted to do and what they ended up doing was ignore the ruling that was made initially on the field, that Burrow stepped out of bounds. That was the ruling that was made, and yet he didn't. I get that he didn't. So then, and the claim is they tried to do this on the field all their own. The claim is then they tried to factor in when the whistle blew. We've never gotten to that point where either on the field or in replay that you try to factor in when the whistle blew. I mean, you basically, especially in replay, you try to ignore that element. The ruling kills the play. And there are even casebook plays that say if the passer is ruled out of bounds, it's not reviewable. You can't go back and review that. Yet we had a play, I think it was last year with Buffalo, same scenario, that it was ruled that the quarterback was out of bounds, and they let it be challenged, and they actually overturned it when it wasn't reviewable. And I went nuts in that scenario too. But the feeling was, well, let's try to correct everything. Let's try to correct everything. And that's what I voiced to the league. I'm concerned that you're using this video assistant expedited review too far to get involved in plays that take you into trying to determine when did a whistle blow. I mean, that's like almost impossible to do. And you look at it on TV, and yeah, it blew right before the catch was made.
Yes.
But again, we're ignoring the ruling that was made on the field. And I said to him, if you rule that a runner steps out of bounds at the 10-yard line and he didn't, you say it's not reviewable. You can't do anything about it because it was ruled dead. And so I'm frustrated by that play. Okay, maybe they got it right. Maybe they did. But I still think the whistle blew before the ball was actually caught. But I just don't think we should have ever gotten to that point. We cannot set aside a rule to try to get the play right. And that's where I feel we're headed. And that's no secret. I mean, I voiced it to the league. It's concerning to me. It's very concerning to me that we're trying to go too far to try to get the call right on the field when I know they're in contact with everybody. They're in contact with the replay official that could say to them, hey, he didn't step out of bounds. Well, they said, they made this whole decision on the field. It makes it very suspicious, and I look at that play. If it was me back in my day,
yes,
I would have said, we ruled he was out of bounds when he threw the pass. That's it. It's over. You can't do anything about that. But
so basically what you're saying is, again, the play should have been blown dead the minute that they thought that he had stepped out of bounds, and that is not reviewable, right? Because he had
regardless of the whistle.
Correct. And so they inappropriately used replay to keep a possibility of a touchdown alive that they should have replayed anyway. Right? Because of the whistle in the air. Is that what you're saying?
Well, they said they made the decision completely on the field without the use of replay.
I don't know about that.
I have a hard time buying that. Yeah. It wasn't a replay review because essentially, and I didn't watch it, so I couldn't see, the actions of Jerome Boger. I don't know how long it took to get to the thing, but it's really bothersome to me. I like this expedited review. I do. I like the video assistance. I do. But I don't like it when it brings in elements of the game where, even replay, if it went to replay, wouldn't allow you to review it. So I don't know the word to use, Rich. I mean, I think I'm disappointed, maybe disillusioned, but I think they've gone too far to end up trying to determine when did a whistle blow on the field, and trying to make that determination, based on when a ball was first touched. And so you make a decision, and then it turns out it was wrong because the whistle was before the ball was touched.
It's confusing to a lot of people, Mike. I got to be honest. This is confusing because the conversation is they should have replayed the down because the whistle was inadvertent, and that is the rule.
I don't believe that. I know what John Perry said. I know what others said. The fact is that the whistle blew because the official felt that the
player was out of bounds
on the line, and that's why it blew. I don't call that inadvertent. I call that killing the play because you had a ruling on the field of him being down out of bounds. So I don't buy the inadvertent whistle. It was blown for a reason, and that when that was blown for the whistle was blown because you felt that the runner stepped out of bounds. That's it. And you to me, you have to stay with that ruling.
It's incredible. So instead of it being replayed because of an inadvertent whistle, the whistle was not inadvertent and actually blew a play dead that's not reviewable, that they went ahead and reviewed and installed the touchdown.
Very simple to me. The next play should have been Cincinnati's ball from the spot where Burrow was ruled to have stepped out of bounds. Period. That's me.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.